We all crave for the love and attention of those dear to our hearts. And in our quest for love, it is not uncommon for us to use things like dating apps to seek out love wherever it may reside all over the face of the earth. Well, that's how it usually works, isn't it? In today's episode, you hear the story of one woman's search for love and how it landed her in hot water. Please remember to be sensitive to the plight of victims and their families. Show respect when talking about their cases, for they are people just like you and I and deserve our sympathy. And while you're here, hit that subscribe button and like this channel and show this channel some love. Your support goes a long way to help me create more content.
Suzana Thayer is a 64-year-old mother and grandmother from Barrie, Ontario, Canada. She is an unassuming widow and lived a sheltered life for the most part. 5 years after the death of her husband, she felt this was a good time to start looking for love again, but she had no luck. That was until she met Walter Williams on a dating app. Walter was a doctor who worked for the United Nations in Syria as a neurosurgeon. Walter was a charming man around the same age as Suzana, a successful doctor and humanitarian with a charming personality. Suzana was instantly drawn to him, and they hit it off right from the very start. They talked for hours on the phone and exchanged romantic messages every day. Suzana felt like she had finally found the man of her dreams. The relationship blossomed quickly, and Walter declared his love for Suzana within weeks of them chatting. Suzana was over the moon and felt like she had finally found the love of her life. They made plans to meet in person, and he promised to take Suzana on a romantic vacation all over the world. However, Suzana's friends and family felt something was off in the way their relationship took off. For starters, for someone who is a busy neurosurgeon helping people in war-torn Syria, he does seem to have a lot of time on his hands, as the couple would be seen chatting all the time. Walter continued to shower Suzana with love and affection, but over time, he began to have financial problems, which only seemed to worsen. He started asking Suzana for money, promising to pay her back as soon as he could. Suzana, blinded by love, did not think twice before lending him the money he needed. A few months into the relationship, Suzana started asking her children for money. To say they were alarmed was an understatement. They knew something wasn't right. Suzana's daughter Angela started looking into Suzana's finances. She soon discovered that her mom was in the hole for $205,000. Her account statement showed she had transferred money to her online lover, Walter, at different intervals. Some of this money were loans she took from the bank, sometimes from friends, and then family. They also discovered that Suzana had secretly married this guy. They saw a marriage certificate between Suzana and Walter. They did a reverse image search on this guy's photo and found that the image turned up several times. Who exactly is this guy? Why did he have multiple names? The police were alerted and they informed the family that the marriage certificate was fake. With this revelation, Suzana was heartbroken, having been scammed of her life savings. She moved back in with one of her children, having no money to live on her own. With this harsh lesson in love, Suzana was determined to rewrite her story. She hired someone to help her write a memoir of her love scam story. Coincidentally, the person that was helping her edit her book was someone she met online who offered to help her with editing, opinions, and the like. His name was James Wood, a U.S. Special Ops military personnel. They would have a back and forth where she would write a chapter and email it to him to edit and also for feedback. At this time, Suzana was once again smitten by this new man. She described him as a loving, caring, and understanding man. He understood her circumstances and wanted to spoil her. Surprisingly, he wasn't asking for anything from her. He would shower her with gifts and make her feel loved. This went on for a year, and James decided to surprise her with a dream vacation to Addis Ababa, Ethiopia. James paid for the flight, accommodation, and everything. He said he just wanted her to be happy and to see her smile all the time. On August 11, 2022, Suzana hopped aboard an Ethiopian Airlines plane to Addis Ababa, and that was the last time her kids saw her. She arrived at Addis Ababa and stayed at a hotel there for 3 weeks. She would send her family and friends pictures of this safari that she had been on. One of her friends called crap on the pictures and pointed out that those pictures appeared to be professionally taken. In fact, they discovered that the pictures were lifted from magazine photos. There's no way Suzana would have personally taken the exact same pictures that was featured in a magazine. Angela, her daughter, was also spooked at this point and started doing some digging on her own into this James Wood person. Once again, the images used by James Wood was fake. Since her mother was due to come home in 3 days, she decided to hold off and confront her mom when she got home from her vacation. At exactly this time, the mysterious boyfriend, James, told Suzana, "Since your visitor visa to Ethiopia is about to expire in 3 days, why don't I buy you another vacation, but this time to Hong Kong? That way we'll be together for longer." Suzana was overjoyed at the idea of spending more time with her lover. When she told her family that there were changes in her plans, they were once again alarmed, but for good reason. But they were helpless to stop her at this point, but did warn her though to be careful and not carry any luggage that wasn't hers. The night of her departure to Hong Kong, she called her daughter Angela all giddy with happiness. She told Angela that her lover showered her with gifts of dresses, jewelry, little trinkets, and scarves. She promised to bring home lots of goodies for her children to enjoy with her. Angela had the presence of mind at this point to track her mom's phone from the Find My Location app on iPhone. She saw through the app her mom depart Ethiopia and arrive in Hong Kong. After her arrival in Hong Kong, the Find My Location app disappeared from her mom's phone and went dark. The very next day, she got a frantic call from her mom that she has been arrested at the Hong Kong airport for trafficking. Inside her suitcase were 262 buttons with cocaine carefully concealed within them. The total amount of cocaine found with her was 1 kg, worth around $150,000 in street value. The bust was publicly announced by the Hong Kong police. She was taken to a maximum security prison where she currently resides and faces up to 20-year jail term.
That's all the information that her family was given, and they are still frantically looking for information as to the whereabouts of their mother. Until next time, humans, stay safe out there.